नाज़रीन, मानसून का सीज़न है। आपके इल्म में होगा कि पिछले साल बहुत ज़्यादा तबाहकुन ये मौसम रहा था, तबाहकुन सैलाब लेकर आया था, जिसको कुछ इदारों ने जो है वो सदी का बदतरीन सैलाब करार दिया। कुछ इदारों ने तारीख़ इंसानी के बदतरीन सैलाबों में छठे नंबर पर रखा गया कि तारीख़ इंसानी के जितने भी बदतरीन सैलाब आए हैं, ये सैलाब जो पाकिस्तान में आया है ये उसमें छठे नंबर पर है। बात कुछ भी हो, लेकिन एक बात जो सबको नज़र आती है, हकीकत पर मबनी है, वो ये कि पाकिस्तान का बहुत ज़्यादा माशी, जानी, माली नुकसान हुआ। उसमें सबसे बड़ा जो नुकसान हुआ नाज़रीन, वो ये हुआ कि पाकिस्तान एक ज़रई मुल्क है। और आपके इल्म में होगा कि जो भी बेल्ट हिट हुई है, जो भी पट्टी हिट हुई थी सैलाब से, वो वही थी, बदकिस्मती से वो वही पट्टी थी ज़्यादा हिट होने वाली, जो कि ज़राअत पर मबनी है। वहाँ से फसल जो है वो उगती है और पूरे पाकिस्तान को सप्लाई की जाती है। बाहर भी हम अगर एक्सपोर्ट की बात करते हैं तो बाहर भी वहीं उसी इलाके की ज़रख़ेज़ मट्टी से जो है वो फसलें उठाई जाती हैं और बाहर भी भेजी जाती हैं। और दूसरी तरफ अगर हम नज़र डालें तो फूड सिक्योरिटी का मसला, फूड शॉर्टेज का मसला पूरी दुनिया को दरपेश है। अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा इस सिलसिले में अपनी कोशिशें करता हुआ नज़र आ रहा है। अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा का इदारा जो FAO फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उनकी, वो इस सिलसिले में डेफिनेटली सरगर्म अमल है कि किस तरह से फूड शॉर्टेज और फूड सिक्योरिटी का मसला जो है वो हल किया जाए। पाकिस्तान में जो पिछले साल सैलाब आया उसके बाद क्या सूरत हाल दरपेश हुई, किस तरह से काम किया इदारों ने और किस तरह से इदारे जो हैं वो अभी भी सोचते हैं कि कुछ ना कुछ करना अभी बाकी है। इन तमाम इशूज़ पर बात करने के लिए नाज़रीन इस वक्त हमने अपने स्टूडियो में अपने ऑनरेबल गेस्ट को इनवाइट किया है। आप FAO के कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, सीनियर इमरजेंसी रिलीफ एंड रिहेबिलिटेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो यूनाइटेड नेशंस के अंडर काम करे उसके कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, लूची दामियानी। वी वेलकम यू Mr. Luigi Damiani in our PTV News studio. First of all, like talking about Pakistan flood, Pakistan is an agriculture country. And the hardest hit was agriculture in that flood last year. What do you think and what do you perceive? You have worked with NDMA, you have worked with, your organization has worked with government of Pakistan. What was actually the loss and what after a year, what have these organizations, including your, done?
Yes. First of all, good afternoon. Yes, we have a very close relationship with the government because FAO is a governmental organization, so Pakistan is one of the member countries. And we, since the first moment, we coordinated our intervention with the authorities, namely NDMA and Ministry of Agriculture. Of course, this has been expressed at the federal level and at the provincial level. And we have been working together, finding, let's say, defining the area of intervention, the priorities, and then selecting the sites where to intervene and selecting beneficiaries. Also, we worked together in determining what are the content of the packages we were distributing to the farmers, depending on the areas where more, let's say, wheat or animal or livestock inputs. But for sure, we didn't act alone. It's not our style. It's not our mandate.
Mr. Luigi, how have you been able to assess all the damage? Because the damage was massive after the floods.
Yeah, it has been, let's say, an exercise ongoing. Why we started doing something, we were in the same moment assessing. I remember I was here when we started the flash floods in KP, and our colleagues in the field, our partners, our friends, and the ministerial staff in the field, all was, let's say, a competition who could do better and more, bringing data, bringing information. And based on that, we were able to make the flash appeal, right a few, let's say, 2 weeks after the first damages. And we were working all together, trying to understand where to interact. I remember my first interview was on August 3rd with Bloomberg TV, and I was advocating for livestock because at that time in KP it was clear how many animals were lost. And people, of course, many people died. And, you know, our mandate is agriculture, so we were advocating.
Luigi, how did you coordinate this giant, massive effort? What kind of support and cooperation have you demanded from the government of Pakistan since you're working here?
Yeah.
And apart from that, we would also like to know that have you divided all this giant effort in phases, in different phases, as in first phase, second phase, third phase?
Yes.
And In which phase are you currently working?
Yeah, we can clearly distinguish three phases. The first was the immediate relief, then was the let's say the big contribution for restarting the production, and now we are in the early recovery. All these phases were coordinating, I would say, in a great way by NDMA in one side, in the public side, and by OCHA in the UN side. Sure. These two organisms collaborated, and we worked fine. Because I repeat, identifying the needs and where are the major requirements, the first priorities, is not easy. And then, no, in the huge amount of damages and a huge amount of people involved.
I'm sorry to cut you. What were, like, according to your reading, what were their first priorities? What were their first needs that you coped with?
Oh, for sure. The first needs were saving lives, no? And here I have to commend the action done by the army through the helicopters, through, you know, they have equipment and transportation, even boats were engaged in sea, the overcraft, and this. So they saved a lot of human lives in the big floods that were Punjab. In KP was flash floods. Before you realized the damage was done.
Already done.
Already done. But great, their role has been great. Of course, in such a huge catastrophe, no one can do everything.
Coming back to agriculture, talking about Rabi crop, it was on immediate road.
Yes.
Right, and 80% of the seeds actually was destroyed. So
yeah.
what was actually the condition, and now what is the exact situation, practical situation on that?
Exactly. Yeah, the first damage the farmers faced were the loss of stocks. Was August, they finished the harvest of wheat, so they had a pile of wheat for consumption and for seed. They had forage, pile of forage, they had straws saved for the winter, and so on. This was all washed away. They lost.
Because 80% of a huge share.
Yeah, we calculated many thousand tons of wheat seed were lost. So this practically the farmers were brought to zero, no assets to restart. And our first concern, and I thank the donors that understood and supported us, mainly USA, DFID, Canada, many, Australia, many donors understood this. They put a lot of money in agriculture.
So, Mr.
What did your organization do?
We did,
in this regard,
as Rabi crops, we distributed to about 600,000 beneficiaries. So this we are talking about 4 million plus population, 5 million. We distributed wheat seed, a package composed by wheat seed, fertilizer, urea, and DAP, and vegetable seed. This end is very important because, you know, people that lost everything, they received the food aid, from other organizations, including WFP and other. And food aid, it's a staple food. There is not much variety. It's a dry thing. So giving to the families, and here the role of women came clear out.
Yes.
These were able to produce in 60, 90 days fresh produce to add to the diet, to enrich the diet. And this was very good. And this was a big, let's say, step forward in the economy, in the household economy, where women started producing, not only for themselves, they may start some exchange economy or even selling something.
Right.
This is a great achievement. You learn always. This is a big lesson learned.
So, Mr. Luigi, we're talking about thousands of families which will be receiving the benefit of your joint efforts.
Yeah.
And there are hundreds of farmers which are waiting, still waiting to be benefited completely by this program.
Yes.
Would you like to tell us how much longer is it going to take for you to achieve your objective and target?
We have estimated, and have been saying that since the beginning, one season is not enough. Farmers, to overcome this tremendous situation, and they've lost seed, they've lost food and everything, they practically had increased the quantity of debt. So now with a good crop, and thanks God was a very good crop, wheat crop this year, they could pay back something, but they have to eat. So we estimate this benefit will not last more than 6 months.
So Mr. Luigi, how much more funds do you require to complete your objective?
We are estimating for what we can see, we have prepared a plan about 90 plus millions. And if we go to the figures of the gap analysis prepared by NDMA, the whole sector will require about 470 million or something.
Mr. Luigi, what, to be very exact, what, where and how much yet to be done?
Look, there are also identified by the NDMA, there are 14 districts in Sindh and southern Punjab that didn't receive much. And because the water receded too late, people couldn't plant, and they are still at the moment zero. So the first priority are those people. They received very little or nothing. Then we have to think, like I was saying before, one intervention, one season is not enough. We estimate we need, in certain areas, 2, 3, 4 seasons to reconstitute the stocks, to pay back the debts, to be in a situation before.
2, 3, 4 seasons, 2, 3, 4 years?
Seasons, no, you may take, depends if you can have 2 seasons a year. Yes. In some areas you can, then it will be 2 years.
Because in an agriculture country it is 2 seasons twice a year.
Yeah, but not everywhere. You have, no, in the mountains it's only 1 season. In the north it's only 1 season.
So what is in your pipeline like regarding 2, 3 year next plan?
We will advocate. We conducted in the last month in July a detailed livelihood assessment that tells us where the needs are, which are the areas more in need. Right. And based on that, it came out clearly that we have to sustain again Rabi season, starting from the areas where we didn't do anything or we did do very little, but right. Not only those. And this is our objective. We are calling a meeting at the Sectorial Working Group Agriculture, which FAO is leading together with the NDMA, Ministry and so on, and WFP. We are calling this meeting and we'll advocate, and we invited donors, and I have to recognize that they are coming, they announced they are coming, right. To tell them, look, now is the moment. Now if we lose again, we will go, next chance will be right. Kharif 2012.
Mr. Right. Luigi, you are not only representing an entire organization, you're also representing a joint effort that is being made in Pakistan, in the territory of Pakistan. Let's not forget that you and your organization must have faced a number of challenges working here, achieving your targets. Would you please enlighten us on that?
You know, in the UN system, it's been decided to work more closer with the NGOs, because the NGOs are much closer to the root, not to the people, because they are everywhere, because many are local, and so they really can speak, can understand the needs and the mentality of the people in need. And we took the leadership. We, as a mandate, we as a FAO, we are a technical agency. We have a lot of know-how, and we share this know-how with all the participants. We have about 200 NGOs, national and international, participating. What was the common effort? We shared the beneficiaries, the priorities, all this. We provided service. And also we got information from them. Plus a number of them were our partners.
You talked about, and you got information from them.
Yeah.
You've talked about challenges. What were the actually facilitations? What were the facilities provided to you? And what benefit did you get from them?
We had a very strong cooperation with some of them, of course, not with all. They were our partners in the field. We reached all these beneficiaries, we are talking millions, through them. It would be not possible for me. I'm a foreigner.
Not having possible.
The only way to reach all these people is working with the NGOs.
Right. Mr. Luigi, with the passage of time, do you think that your challenges have increased, and what is your future strategy?
The future strategy, look, I'm from the emergency sector. We care about the poor guys, poor farmers, those who are borderline with food security, and today many are below the food security line. These are our primary target. So we will stay with them. We'll try to help them as much as we can. When we talk food insecurity, we talk food insecurity at that level. Of course, Pakistan is a big country, produces a lot of food. But when we talk all the level, other dynamics come, and microeconomics, right. And we have to serve those.
Right. Mr. Luigi, you came to our studio. We are all thankful to you and wish you all the best for your future plans.
Thank you very much. नाज़रीन, मिस्टर लूची डामियानी इस वक्त हमारे साथ स्टूडियोज़ में मौजूद थे और उन्होंने बात की है कि पिछले साल जो सैलाब की वजह से तबाहकारियाँ हुई थी उसमें एग्रीकल्चर का जो सेक्टर है वो किस तरह तबाह हुआ। उसके हवाले से उन्होंने बताया कि NDMA ने बहुत ज़बरदस्त तरीके से कोऑपरेट किया है और उसकी वजह से जो उन्होंने टारगेट सेट किए थे उसको अचीव करने के लिए भी बहुत ज़्यादा मुस्बत जो है कदम लिए गए हैं। $90 मिलियन जो हैं अभी फंड्स रिक्वायर्ड हैं, जो कि मज़ीद इस काम को बेहतरी लाने के लिए और इसको आगे पाए तकमील तक पहुंचाने के लिए ज़रूरी है। 2 से 4 सीजन्स उन्होंने बताए हैं, जो कि हमारे 2 से 4 साल बनते हैं मुकम्मल होने में, और इनका टारगेट है इस वक्त जो गरीब फार्मर्स हैं, गरीब किसान हैं, उनकी मदद करना। जी रिजवान।
हाँ जी, 2 से 4 सीजन्स जो हैं वो अगर देखा जाए तो यहाँ पर 1 से 2 साल बनते हैं। उन्होंने कहा कि 1 से 2 साल लगा लें या 2 से 4 सीजन्स लगा लें, लेकिन हमें इन्वेस्ट करना है उन इलाकों में जिन इलाकों में डेफिनेटली ये सैलाब जो है वो आया था। और सबसे बड़ी बात जो उन्होंने की वो ये कि उन्होंने निशानदही की। उन्होंने कहा सबसे पहले हमने असेस किया था कि किस किस जगह पर कौन कौन से मसाइल हैं, और चूँकि एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड कंट्री है तो डेफिनेटली अगर एग्रीकल्चर को नुकसान पहुंचा है तो सबसे ज़्यादा नुकसान जो है वो मईशत को पहुंच सकता है।
नाज़रीन, इसके साथ ही डेडलाइन का वक्त ख़त्म हुआ। कल आपसे फिर मुलाकात होगी। अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।